Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We've endured far too many tragedies like these over the last several years. I wish that this was an anomaly. And I wish even more that tragedies like this never even happen. But as we all know, on Monday, tragedy struck Spartan Nation in ways that has inflicted a lasting, deep pain, especially to the families of Ariel, Brian, and Alexandria. Now, I have been fortunate, Mr. Speaker, to never have lost an immediate family member. My siblings and my parents are still with me today. But I can only imagine that nothing, absolutely nothing, can fill the space of losing a child, a brother, a sister, a grandchild, or even a friend. And I know that one of the deepest pains that a parent would have to endure is to bury their child into the ground. And I want us to reflect on how we got here. This is a uniquely American problem, Mr. Speaker. And while I know that I will never understand the pain of the families of Ariel, Brian, and Alexandria, I just want to say that I am so sorry. I am sorry that we failed you. I am sorry that there was not a solution in place that could have solved this American crisis. To the friends of the deceased and Spartan Nation, I know that we will never be able to match the sorrow and the pain that you have endured, and the sorrow and pain that you will continue to endure. But know this, you are not alone in your grief. We are here to tell you that we will take some of that pain, we will take some of that sorrow, and we will do what we can to begin to understand the trauma. Mr. Speaker, I was texting my nephew, who's a junior at Michigan State, on Monday. He took 25 of his classmates to the top floor of the engineering building and barricaded the classroom and was texting and saying, is there an update? Do you know where the shooter is? Do you know what direction they're headed? Should we be concerned? And I will never know that pain, that fear, the sense of helplessness that him and so many other Spartans on Monday felt. Sitting on a campus that is as large as my hometown, in complete darkness, praying to God that they did not hear a gunshot wound, praying to God that their friends and family were not going to be one of the fatalities. So we know that Ariel, Brian, and Alexandria were beautiful souls. One, they were Spartans, which is in and of itself one of the best decisions they could ever make. But I have to imagine the trauma and the sense of helplessness that the families face. What do you say in a moment? What do you say in the time frame? How do you translate the situation that happens? What do you begin to tell the siblings of these people? What do you begin to tell the extended family? To the roommates, the sorority brothers and sisters? What do you even say to them? Mr. Speaker, I too believe in the power of prayer. And in my tradition, there's an expression that goes, Al-ilm bila amal kashajari bila thamar. And what that means is knowledge of faith without action is like a tree that does not bear fruit. It serves no purpose, Mr. Speaker. So I want to remind us today as we see the deep pain that has inflicted Spartan Nation, that this was a man-made tragedy. This could have been avoided, and we thank our first responders who helped prevent a larger tragedy from continuing. This could have been avoided. We could go to these families and say, there was another way. And the hardship that they're enduring, I pray that none of us will ever have to experience. And I know that it will take a long time. But I come today with a message of love, a commitment for prayer, and a renewed intention for action, Mr. Speaker. I've been reflecting over the last few days, and I've asked myself, did we do enough here in the great state of Michigan? Did we live by the Spartan will? Did we keep our oath to do the work of protecting and serving the people of this great state? For Brian and Ariel and Alexandria, the answer is no. The answer is no. This is a hardship that this state, a hardship that this country, and now a hardship that we all experience. And in my scripture, we know that with hardship, verily with hardship comes ease. But ease does not just fall out of the sky. In order to begin to ease some of the pain and ease some of the sorrow and to ease back love and joy into the lives of those that have suffered, we have to commit ourselves to do the work. So to Spartan Nation, to the students that are still at Michigan State having to relive the trauma, I am sorry. To the community of East Lansing, I am sorry. To the family of the deceased, I am sorry. To those still in the hospital, hanging on for dear life, I am sorry. And to Ariel, Alexandria, and Brian, I am so, so sorry. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.